So I'm on the side, and it's very normal when I'm on the side for TJ to turn into me and start to push to make the gore. So my hand up here is on the top, keeping his head close. This hand's down here, blocking the legs. So his head doesn't go away, legs don't come in, hand blocks the legs. So this is kind of like my normal side mount. He turns to the side because he's trying to bring his legs in. He's trying to do some things. Maybe he wants to go belly down. My hand from the bottom is gonna go underneath. I'm just gonna grab that elbow underneath. So as he turns, I grab his elbow, I walk to the top. My other hand now is gonna go through his armpits, and I'm gonna swap hands on that elbow. I keep turning, ear to ear, secure my position underneath his arms here. Can't turn away from me because I got the bottom arm. Can't turn into me because my neck is now up into his tricep here. And then I finish the movement by coming forward with my chest, pushing his shoulder forward. So TJ turns into me here. I've got my side position, my bottom hand. Just reach underneath, grab the elbow, nothing fancy. Start to walk to the head. Top hand feeds through the armpits to the bottom arm. Move around to the side. Get my position secured. Turn back face, chest into the shoulder, pushing the shoulder forward as I'm pulling up on this elbow. Let's start with that a little bit. Let's review this arm bar real quick, make sure we're all on the same page. So hands out here, I want my elbow tight against his neck on the floor, 5 fingers on the top. Second hand's gonna come underneath, grab my wrist, both knuckles to the floor, and I bring the arm down. So that's the normal one. Sometimes when I catch a hold of that, TJ decides that he wants to straighten his way out of it. So as he straightens his way out of it, I'm gonna shift more of my weight onto this elbow. And then this hand, I'm gonna keep pulling. So when I'm doing it, feels like I'm pushing and pulling. And it makes a little corkscrew on here. So as I catch my grips and TJ starts to straighten the arm, I'm gonna lean a little bit more weight onto this top elbow, and then I'm gonna pull the other one down. Very slow. The pressure comes on pretty quick. It's a little corkscrew thing. So put all the weight on this one and then continue to pull this back. So I catch, he pushes, I lean and pull. Don't push the elbow up over the head. Keep the elbow going right back over here. Third option, I go to catch over here and he rolls his hand in. So it's harder for me to keep it out there, especially since I'm not using a thumb. My bottom hand, I'm gonna lace underneath, grab top of the wrist. Now I keep his head away from the arm. And I'm gonna bring this down and around. So this is my motion here. Nice little circle. It's hard with one hand to come straight, so I'm gonna make a little circle. If I make that circle too big, TJ gets loose. So it's not too big of a circle. Keep his head out of the way, under or over. Nice little circle here, back of my knuckles on the floor. Try those 3 out real quick, and we're gonna do some variations off and on this. Same, he turns, I catch, I move, I catch, I secure. From here, I get my bottom hand adjusted where I want it to be adjusted. I start to bring my chest back. If I need to now, this hand's free. I can set everything up. Bottom hand is exposed. So I'm gonna take the bottom hand and I'm gonna push it to my bottom hand. And I got the movement there. He's turning, I'm catching, I'm moving, I'm catching. I don't really feel secure necessarily right here. There still may be a gap. So I'm gonna sink, take that gap away. If I need to make my adjustments, make my adjustments. Top hand is exposed. I'm gonna push it down to my hand. And then everything's tight right here. So because he's sideways, I'm not gonna get that perfect position I had before, but I don't need it. This is elevated before I even start. Push it down, catch over there. Don't go too fast, it's tight, try that out. We're gonna change gears just a little bit. So I have my position inside of TJ's armpits, but I don't have quite what I had before. So sometimes I'm trying to get this here and he turns back into me. So I'm underneath this top arm primarily. I have this space here. And again, it doesn't make any difference how I set that up. Sometimes I set up, I'm grabbing the bottom elbow. When I start to do that, sometimes TJ gives me the top elbow as well. So now I have the top armpit. He's giving me the top armpit. I'm gonna give him the half guard. He's got the half guard here. I'm gonna stay top hand. I'm gonna scoop the elbow, bring it out and away. Straight arm bar here. In jiu-jitsu, it's not a bad idea to share. So if TJ does something to make you happy, it's not a bad idea to do something to make him happy. And then when he's happy, he won't resist so much. So as he's moving around, I get this bottom armpit here, which makes me happy. So I give him the half guard, which makes him happy. But because I'm in the half guard, he can't roll anymore. He's stuck. His hips are now stuck on my leg. He can't roll one way or the other. Top hand, I'm gonna scoop this out. Just bring it away from his head. Use my body to make pressure behind the elbow here. When I'm doing this, offense and defense, the ground helps me, the ground hurts me. So if I don't want my arm straight, I'm gonna keep it bent here, so now there's no way he could straighten my arm. If I'm going the other way, I'm putting it here so he can't bend his arm. As soon as I get that arm straight, it's trouble, it's trouble. Some guys are trying to muscle into that grip, and it's not a muscly grip. It's a given grip. So TJ comes over here, he's giving me this position. So my hand here is just catching out by his wrist. I don't need to grab a hold of anything. Just keeping his arm straight as I start to move. The more subtle you can be, the better. Every time you grab somebody, they just get mad and they try to resist. So when I'm over here, if I grab a hold of TJ's wrist, he's gonna do something to try to get that arm back away. He just doesn't like to be grabbed. So as we start to go in this position here, I'm just looking to put something in between him and his head. It's already hard for him to start to bend his arm. And then I'm starting to put my body in position, start to work that out of there. Let's try that out a little bit, see how that feels. Everything same. Got the top arm, giving up the half guard, but this time TJ's smarter and he keeps that arm protected so I can't get it out and away from him. So if I can't get it out and away from him, I'm gonna stuff it in and grab it behind his head. Now he can't take it out. It's stuck in there. He's still trying to put me in a full guard. He thinks that's a good idea. So that's usually what he's doing on the bottom. So I'm kind of playing around with that bottom arm a little bit. I'm gonna take this foot, if I can, open up his knee, take that leg out, and now go with the side mount. Don't let go of that top arm that I still got around back of his head. If I can, I want to stay underneath this top arm here. Connect my hands, and then just give TJ a big hug right here. Gable grip is good. Kung Fu grip is good too. So I catch over here. I got the same position I had before, but he's not letting that get out of there. I can't do anything about it. So I push it in, grab it behind his head. Put this foot right inside the crook of his knee and start to open that up. As I slide out, I really need this bottom elbow. Get my good position here. Both elbows. I said Gable grip, Kung Fu grip. Hips are down. Good squeeze right here. When I choke somebody, I cut the blood supply off, they sleep. When I squeeze somebody, cuts the air supply off, they go to sleep. So very similar to a blood choke, just takes longer. So that's not fair, you're so big. It's not my fault, it's not my fault. We all started out at 9 pounds. I took a different route. Yes, I consider this choke. Let's try it out. If I can't do what I want to do on the side mount, then the mount is my next best option. So we've been working here. We've been catching here. We got the elbows. We got everything I want. His elbows are up over his head. For some reason, I don't feel comfortable attacking what I got to attack here. I'm just going to lean towards the head a little bit and step over. And now I got the high mount. So I caught everything I wanted here. I'm just going to squeeze the elbows together, lean a little bit towards the head, nothing crazy. Keep the elbows up high. And then I got the high mount I can work on. So just to work that back and forth. Sometimes you're going to take the mount instead. And now you can work the back in there as well. Try that a little bit. Using everything up here. And I'm turning. Alright, where's TJ want to go from here? Can't turn towards me. Or can't turn away from me rather, because I got this arm. It doesn't matter if he tries to turn away from me. If he tries to turn away from me, he's got to use his feet to do it. They're going to go to the floor. So don't be afraid to open these hips up a little bit so I can get up. Some of you guys are staying down here, and good or bad, you're able to fit into that little space. Don't be afraid to open up a little bit up here. So I got these arms. There's not a lot of places he can go. Try that, see how that feels.